Hey everyone, this is Tactical Squirrel. We are down to the last day before Mischief and Thornblade launch in Everquest. I am going to go over some things that I'm not sure everyone has thought about. I think everybody who's played TLPs kind of has a normal way of getting your experience points and leveling up. But I like to point out some things you may not have considered. Let's look at this the server announcement again. And if we go down here, as we've talked about, random loot is enabled. Rare NPC drops will loot from other NPCs similar level within the same expansion. So what does that mean as far as leveling is concerned? Most people will choose a leveling route according to where the equipment is that they want. Well, it doesn't exist anymore. So technically, I put together a little chart here, kind of help everybody understand where I'm going. I went through and I went to Allah. You look right here. You can go to Allah, the Everquest, look under zones, and then you can go by levels, and that's where we're at now. You can come down, and here it lists where the XP is for these levels, and it goes all the way through all the different continents. So I went ahead and comprised that all into one that just specifically talks about the classic, and I went to the starter cities. And I went ahead and narrowed it down to, hey, at level 1, it's not easy to get from Quanos to Freeport, so it might limit where you're at. But does that matter anymore? Because if you want to play a monk from Freeport or a ranger from Surefall Glade, or you want to play a barbarian, a lot of people avoid playing barbarian because they're way out there and it's hard to get them somewhere besides Blackborough where you could do some good XPing. And sometimes Blackborough doesn't really present good groups. So there's a few little things that you might want to consider. Most people will start XPing in their starter city because it's easy. Then if you were from Quanos, Hollis, Surefall Glades, or Uridan, you're going to probably go to Blackborough to start off. You might go to, I can't even pronounce that, Erds Crossing, West Quran, North Quran. These are all areas where you can get XP at this level. So those are things that you could do. West Quran has some great XP if you are a trade skiller, because you can also pick up a lot of nice trade skilling items from the spiders and the bears and all the wolves and the lions that they have there. So if you're a trade skiller, you might consider going to the Karanas and getting some early XP, good XP, but at the same time, trade skill items. And then you have the Gorge. Now, see, here's the thing. Nobody goes to the Gorge. Like literally nobody. There are some rares there though. Let's look. So if you were wanting to go to the Gorge, where would you go with this? So NPCs, full list. There's not many, but there are some rare creatures in there. And if you're wanting loot that drops from a level 14-ish, mid-teens mob that's in another zone, it might drop off this guy. Like he normally drops these items. Nothing, I mean, there's a good bard item. Nothing really outstanding. That's a nice neck item, but nothing really outstanding. So these rare monsters, here's another one, level 12. He really drops basically a lot of little items, ornamentations. I don't think those actually, I think those are out of, those are not in the classic. So that might be something. I don't think he's actually, is he even in the classic? No, anyways. But these rare mobs, and you guys can correct me in the comments if that is not a rare mob for this. Here's another one right here. This might be, let's see. This might be another item that is, see, I don't know if these are in, anyways, that's besides the point. But you can go there and XP, you can get good XP. You can go, you can get drops off of the named there that you would normally get in other places. So, not that there's a lot to be had at that level, but there is some. So you don't necessarily need to go to Unrest or Crushbone or travel all the way across the route. If you want to race in a class that comes from these cities, you know, getting to Unrest is next to impossible at level 10. Unless you have, in the beginning stages, in the day 1, day 2, come in a week into the expansion, there's going to be plenty of people to buy rides off of, like druids and wizards. So, in the beginning days, though, if you're a launch day kind of person, this is something you might want to consider. High Hold Pass, Running Eye. This is one that's not really ever busy. Who knows if anybody's going to be in there? Permafrost Keep, right outside Permafrost. There's another one I want to throw at you that I did not put on here because I thought about it after I made this list. Everfrost Peaks. Right there. I mean, you can start in Permafrost at 15, but Everfrost Peaks has tons of spiders and mammoths. If you're a trade skiller, that mammy meat is hard to come by. I mean, I remember spending hours trying to get my baking up by camping there because you need hundreds of those drops from the mammoths. Silks off the spiders, you know. Trade skilling for a tailor, you're gonna need tons of that stuff. Tons and tons of silks. So you can get a head start on that by hitting up Everfrost Peaks on your way to Permafrost. South Carolina, Infected Paw. Now, I've heard a lot of people in my guild talking about this might be their location to go to. I put an asterisk here because one downside to Infected Paw, which is in South Carolina, is that it's a long ways out there, but the most important thing is the bind. I can't remember, but I don't think, unless you're a caster class, that you can bind anywhere close to there. Correct me if I'm wrong. There might be the camps in North Carolina, I think, in one of the Coronas, that you can bind in if you're of the right race. Or maybe down Lake Wrath. I don't know about that, though. I think it's a long corpse run anyways, unless you have a reser with you. So keep that in mind. If you decide to go to, you might want to investigate that before you say, I'm going to commit to the Infected Paw. But that's another out of the way place that nobody really goes to. High Keep, you know, everybody kind of goes to there. Well, not everybody. A few people go to there. Lower Gook, I call it the train station. Man, I don't know how that's going to go with this expansion. This server. I'm going to assume a lot of people are just by default going to go there because that's where they go. So I'm probably going to stay away from that altogether. I can get that loot from somewhere place else. Oh, well, actually, we'll see how that goes. Some of the loot may be depending on how they roll it out. I'm assuming that it's something you can get off of any mob at the same level in any zone. But we'll see. They might take some of them and say, no, this one's just going to be for that one. What if you're a Freeport Misty or Dark Elf? Well, then you have Befallens, the Freeport Sewers. That's a nice little place to go XP if you've never done that. West Commons, there's lots of trade skilling items to get from there. Oasis of Mar, I got to tell you, that's one of my favorite places, although I don't know if I'm going to do it. But Oasis of Mar, the orcs around the little pond, levels 5 to 15, you can get tons of XP, tons and tons of XP. Those things spawn super fast, like super fast. So you'll never run out of mobs unless the place is just completely packed. You can level all the way up to 15 there. It gets kind of sparse around the 14, 15 level, but You can definitely get good XP there. There's always Unrest, another train station, but very popular over the years. Lava Storm, there's good XP to have in Lava Storm. I mean, really good. And then of course you have the eggs from the snakes if you hunt in that area, which is good for trade skilling. But up in the northern reaches of Lava Storm, there's a lot of good XP. I put Lava Storm in there twice. Wow, I must have been falling asleep last night when I put this together. Oceans of Tears, there's tons and tons of good camps there. You haven't been there, definitely check that out. Highhold Pass, the orcs at Highhold Pass, even though it's kind of limited on the selection unless there's extra picks. Usually 1 or 2 groups, 1 group at each end, and it's empty. So don't keep your hopes out for that one. Najina, I love Najina. It's the only hassle there is you have to get the keys. So I love to go there. I think it's a great place to XP. There's a lot of named in that zone. You can get a lot of loot from that place from other areas. If you've never gone there, I would definitely take a look at it. It's a great place. I made those X's capital and bolded them. Solo A, or Solo Sec EI, very popular over the years, along with the train station. I think I'm gonna be looking for some old. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Some people might be doing the same thing I'm thinking, and then these zones will be empty, but we shall see. What if you're starting in Ugark and Grob? There's like 10 different ways to say this name, so hopefully you like my pronunciation. Upper Gook, Oasis of Mars, South Row. Now here's one, South Row. If you've never been to South Row, there are a ton of little camps there. The Devish camps, I think, actually, did I even say that right? The little camps of humanoids and the orc camps there. There are tons and tons and tons in South Row that you can get great XP from. Then you go up to the crocodiles, so on and so forth. Mountains of Wrath. Now here's another little caveat in case you guys didn't know, and I can't remember what. Actually, you know what? Let's look. I have it open. The Mountains of Wrath, down in the bottom, the southeast corner. Where's that at? Let's see. Find it. Mountains of Wrath. Am I even looking at it right? There it is, right there. As you can see here, it says you can get XP up to level 35 there, but it's kind of sparse because that's the hill giants, and that's usually very packed due to the money factor. I would say about 20-ish, you're done there. But Mountains of Wrath, let's look at this. There are some little lizard dudes right here down in the southeast corner. Tons and tons of them. And in the midst of them all are the giant skeletons. They'll be running around with them. Where are those things at? I wanted to see what level they are before I go sending everybody there. Right here, level 22 to 30. So good XP in there that you can really take advantage of. Not many people go down in that corner. They usually stay away from there. The only reason mainly that people go there is quest items, or they're wanting to farm the hill giants for gold. So great place to go. Check it out. Get some quick XP in a non-crowded zone. And I don't think there's many named down there. Like, I remember one time I went there just for the bracers. That's how I found out about it. There's bracers that drop there that are best in slot for warriors and some tank classes. And for that level, anyways, and I was like, man, I'm going to go there. That'll be an easy thing because it's low level. I was in my box group was in the low high teens, low 20s, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go there and farm that place up real quick and get it. I was there for hours, couldn't get that thing to spawn. I mean, I I was there so long that I wasn't even getting XP from it, and I couldn't get any. So anyways, I'm just saying that there's not many named down there. So if you're looking for loot, don't go there. But this could be a great place to XP and not have to worry about a lot of people pulling out from underneath you. So, yeah. Where was I? Back here. So, again, Infected Paw was in range of that. Most people, they know where they're going, and they'll just go there. It doesn't need to be next to their starting city. By these levels anyways, you're kind of, but I just want to put together a kind of comprehensive list here. Crushbone, for those of you, the gnomes, the dwarves, the high elves, and the what else, and half elves, and all those people. Castle Mistmore, that comes up on our list. That's a zone that you can start going to here. You can pull from the zone line in a little ways, at 15 to 20, and then you can go deeper all the way up to 35 inside the castle. Really good XP if you can avoid getting trained. If you can't avoid getting trained, really good corpse runs, lots of them. So keep that in mind when you go there. Then once you hit 35 plus, there's a little bit more bottleneck. There's a little bit greater bottleneck getting to 50. Like I said, Castle Mistmore will take you up into the 40s. Kids Keep, which most people do not like because it's a water zone, and it's a pain in the butt to deal with the water zone. But if you can deal with it, great XP down there. Solo B, Nagathan's Lair. That's been popular in the past because of the slippers. That's the slot item for many classes. So a lot of people used to go back there and farm those up. Now that that's opened up to the random loot, I don't think that's going to be a busy area because it's a pain to get back there. So it might be kind of mixed in there. I'm honestly expecting Permafrost to become a very busy zone. That's what I'm thinking. So then the hole. This is probably where everybody goes in the upper levels. Tons of named in there, good XP, wide open area, tons of places to camp, real easy to pick to spawn picks in there. Old Panel is going to probably be one of your end zones for the classic. And then Sky, Fear, and Hate. If you can get groups, Sky's a tough group to get, but Fear and Hate, yeah, I mean, you can do that. Hate, I think, is the one that you need a wizard to get to. And if you die up there and you can't get port back, it kind of sucks if you don't have a reser. So, but Fear, it's a lot of, if you can get a good group, it's a lot of good XP in there and great gear. So, anyways, I hope this helps you guys out when you're choosing where you want to go. Keep in mind the server does launch tomorrow, which is the 26th. I'm putting this video up tonight. I meant to put it up last night, but I just fell asleep putting it together, and I just couldn't do it. But it does at 12 p.m. at noon Pacific Standard Time, which is 2 o'clock Central, and what is that? 3 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock. I think it's only an hour difference. I don't know. But so yeah, I hope this guys helps you guys out. I hope this puts some new ideas in your mind, because you don't have to just stay with the norm. You can go out there, you can expand a little bit, you can broaden your horizons and get loot from places where you normally wouldn't think you could. So definitely challenge you guys. I'd love to hear where you guys plan to level. What's your path to 50 in your mind whenever you're thinking about launch to 50? Where is your path of leveling and getting XP going to take you? Have you planned that out? Have you thought that through? Are you just going to go out to LFG and whatever you get? I can tell you, I plan on pushing to 50. I've got the week off and the weekend off. I'm going to grind it out with Q-tip or with toothpicks in my eyes until I can't stand it anymore, and then get up and do it again, because I got 4 tunes 2 different box groups that I need to get up to level 50 as soon as possible so I can hit some raids early. So if you guys are out there and you want to give me a holler, do so. My main tunes is going to be Squirrel, a monk, if I can get the name. I might have to go with the alternate version, like I said in one of my other videos where I had it 1 hour instead of 2 hours. But either way, I'll be out there. I'll be rolling around and getting it all done. I'd love to hear from you guys. Love to hear what your guys' plans are. See you soon. Peace out. Have a great day.